for the clippers, you can clip this. Why legal mindset moved to Korea? I have been consistent about this, but people don't pay attention to this. I said right away, I moved to Korea for the food and the women. Two lineups. Now let me go deeper into that, right? Let me go deeper into that. First of all, I said, okay, I want to leave the US. I want to live out abroad. That's one of my goals for life, is to live abroad, or at least have residency abroad, to live in multiple places. That's something I want as a personal goal. I've always wanted that. So I said, look, at this point in my life, I was like 34, 35. I said, I've got to make it happen now, or I'll probably never make it happen. So I said, all right, let's do it. And I was at the perfect point where I'd transitioned to working fully online. I could be wherever I wanted in the world. And COVID was actually an opportunity because this was totally permitted. So I said, let's fucking do it. This is my goal. This is my dream. This is my thing I want to do. And I would encourage everybody to have missions, goals, visions, where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, whatever. I do that pretty actively and I reassess those. So I said, look, I want to leave. And I want to, see other places, live in other countries. So I said, look, where will I accept? And everybody's criteria are different. I, for example, don't want to live in a shithole country. Some people are okay with that. I don't judge them for that at all. Do you want to go to a shithole country? That's fine. You want to live in like Central African Republic? That's on you. But that's not me. So I said, all right, we're going to go. Europe sucks. I've been to Europe. There's nowhere in Europe that, except for maybe certain places if they became a little bit nicer in Eastern Europe. But really, there's nowhere that I was like, I'm fully set on Europe. There's a lot of issues with Europe, which I've been vindicated because this was 2 years ago, so before the Russian war. So I said, all right, where would I go that fits my lifestyle? And I'd only been to Japan and Asia. So I said, look, I haven't experienced a lot of Asia, but I know I really love Japan. And I really loved it being there for 2 weeks. So I was there for 2 weeks. I really loved Japan. Here was the problem. It was during COVID. Japan was letting nobody in the country. Nobody. So I said, okay, where else could I go? Well, I mean, I could go to China, but also that's not going to happen. It's the fucking CCP. Can you imagine me trying to stream from Shanghai or from Beijing? I would be thrown in a gulag so fast, or they just cut my internet connection. If they're even allowed to do that. If I was even allowed to stream at all, is what I mean. So China wasn't going to happen. Japan's closed. So Hong Kong was closed. Singapore was really closed. And I hadn't been to Southeast Asia, so I didn't know how I was going to like it. It turns out recently I did go to Thailand. I really love Thailand. I'm probably going to be doing some business there and maybe using that as a place I am regularly. But so I didn't know about Southeast Asia. I didn't want to take a gamble on it, but I knew I liked Japan. So I'm like, all right, Korea's sort of like Japan. And I had a business opportunity here. So I said, look, I can get a visa there. Japan's fully closed, but Korea's open. I can get into Korea. So I'm going to go to Korea. And what did I say? Food is good. Korean food is delicious. And the women, what is their BMI? Is it Australia? Is it Canada? Is the US? No, it's much lower. It's much closer to this. The reason why I have this poster is to remind you guys that this is the average BMI. So that is why I'm here. That's it. Is it because I wasn't getting laid in the US? Spoiler alert. That's not it. Is it because I wasn't getting work? No, I had plenty of work, but I was freelance. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted when I wanted. It's because it aligned with my mission and goals. And because a lot of people out there, particularly these mid-career, struggling professional women, do not have missions and goals. They need to set them and say, this is what I actually want. And actually do things that move you towards those goals, not away from those goals. Because if you're just taking actions that are leading you away, you're not fulfilling them. So anyways, that's my reason. So that was a long-winded way. Yes, it's because I'm a weeb. It's because I'm a weeb.